I was muted. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up today. My name is Mary Beth Flemming, and this is our weekly transformation support Zoom. And today we're going to be talking about breath and movement techniques, as well as a few other tips and tricks to really support your lymphatic system. So if you guys don't know, I'll give you a little bit of a background on the lymphatic system. Basically, our lymph system is 75% of the fluid in our body, and our blood is only 25%. And our lymphatic system is our glandular system, where all of the toxic waste gets dumped before it goes to our organs of elimination. So, cellular byproduct, as well as if we're ingesting toxins in our food and our air, it all goes through the lymph system before it goes to our kidneys and our bowels and our liver and so on and so forth. So the thing about the lymphatic system is that it does not have a pump. So the blood is actually pretty easy to clean because it has the heart and the circulation. But even though the lymphatic system is part of our circulatory system, it's pretty stagnant, and it's really easy for it to get stagnated and congested, which can stop us in our cleansing process. And when people have a really backed up lymphatic system, it can lead to various things like, sometimes you'll get arthritis, or you'll see different skin conditions coming up, different digestive disorders. If you have a lot of lymph congestion in the brain, it can even lead to like chronic migraines and frequent headaches, sinus infections. Sometimes when we have a really clogged lymphatic system, we can get injured easier because we have like corrosion and calcifications, have excess weight gain. If anybody has excess weight that they're not sure how to get rid of, it could just be accumulated toxins in the lymphatic system. And then if we are really congested in the lymphatic system, it can lead to more chronic fatigue. So for those of you that are doing the transformation, all these plant foods that we're consuming really help support the circulation of the lymphatic system, but it's also important to do breath and body movement while you're cleansing and just on a daily basis to really get that fluid moving so that the waste can be properly eliminated through your kidneys and through your bowels. So some of the things that I wanted to talk about today, I don't know if you guys are in a good position, but I would invite you guys all to just stand up if you can. One of a really great exercise for stimulating the lymphatic system is simple tapping. So usually you start with your feet and you just start to tap up the body and try to get every part. And this actually starts to stimulate the muscles and the glands in the lymphatic system. So first thing in the morning, and just go ahead and try to do this. I try to do this first thing in the morning before I do anything else. Just gently tapping every area of the body, getting that circulation moving, doing the inside and the outside of the arms. And especially if you're cleansing and you're feeling a little bit bogged down, like maybe your body's not eliminating as many toxins that are being stirred up, even some gentle tapping can really help to kind of start moving that through your body. And then after, generally in the morning, I try to do this for like 10 minutes. But then after that, just doing a sweeping motion through the body, because the lymphatic system actually gets stimulated by gentle touch as well. And so whenever we're sweeping, we want to make sure we're moving it towards the kidneys, and just moving it across our various lymph nodes and starting to get that fluid moving. Another really great technique that I use, I don't know if you guys know who Patricia Bragg is, but she's the founder of Bragg's products and like the liquid amino acids and all of those things. And she always talks about the benefit of arm wheel spinning and how we have so many lymph nodes in this area. And it's super important to get the movement going and the fluid going, especially in this area, especially for women. So just some simple circular motions with the arms, even going forward. If you have shoulder injuries, not advised, but simple things like this can just get the body moving and start to get some stagnation and congestion out. So that's a part of my morning routine. The other really great lymphatic stimulator is a trampoline. So if you don't have a trampoline, just doing a repetition of even jumping jacks or just a repetition of 20 to 30 jumps in the morning can really, really, really be beneficial as well. So those are some simple movements that are really, really productive and really helpful for the lymphatic system, even if it seems so simple. But trying to incorporate that in your morning routine can be really helpful. The next thing I wanted to introduce to you guys is some tips on lymphatic breathing. So if you're in a comfortable place, you can just sit and start to breathe in deeply. Come to where your breath just feels natural and neutral. Relaxing your shoulders and your upper chest, taking in a couple of deep, slow breaths. And then what we're going to do this for 10 times, 10 repetition, is breathing in, pausing for a couple seconds, and then exhaling and breathing out. So doing this 10 times. So exhale all your air, and then breathing in, pausing, breathing out. Another one. Pause. 3. 4. Breathing out through the mouth. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And then keeping the eyes closed, but just going back to your normal breath, allowing your body to regulate. And the reason the pausing is so effective for the lymphatic system is that it creates like a contraction, a pulsing in the body. So that pause allows your muscles to contract and your nodes and your glandular system, and then release. And that's one way to really get the lymphatic system moving. And then there's another breath practice that is very effective for getting oxygen to the blood and oxygen to the lymphatic system. And this one we'll just do for repetition of 5. But if you're placing your hand on your upper chest area and then your other hand on your belly so that you can really feel the air moving into your lungs and into your belly. And when you inhale, you're actually going to try to exhale for twice the amount of time. So I'll do an example. So slowly inhaling. And trying to double the length of the exhalation. So coming to your own breath, we'll do that for a 5 repetition. Starting with our inhale. Three. And last one. And then just coming back to your normal breath. And you can do that one for a couple repetitions. I highly advise at least doing 5 normal breaths, even 10 normal breaths. And then with the repetitions, you try to increase the sound and the force of the exhalation so that it really, again, creates that pulsing momentum in the lymphatic system. So those are just some really easy movement and breath techniques. And next I want to offer a lot of different types of solutions for moving the lymphatic system. And one method that I absolutely love is called Neurolymphatic Massage or Neurolymphatic points. And basically what my teacher taught me, Dr. Robert Morse, it's like doing an energy hygiene. It really clears the meridian points in the body and just clears any congestions that might be in there that are leading to congestion in all your different organs. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly for you guys so that you can see this picture here. But this is a very simple chart for neurolymphatic massage. And obviously we're not going to be able to do the points in the back, but basically what it is that you want to be moving in a clockwise direction. So if you go at the bottom of your occipital ridge, you can use 2 fingers, moving them in a clockwise direction at the base of your skull. And really, you don't want to apply a ton of pressure. It can just be very gentle, gentle pressure. And it doesn't have to be long. You do it for a few moments, and then you move to the second point. We'll do around the cervical, clavicle. That's the word I'm looking for. And then obviously we can't move down the back, but if you have a friend that can gently do neurolymphatic massage on you, moving down those points, you know, you may be able to access the points behind your scapulas and closer to your spine. And personally, my favorite one is the 2 points above the sacrum, my 2 thumbs, and just gently applying pressure and moving in a clockwise direction. And then moving to the front of the body. Sorry, my little baby's in the background. And just following these pictures. And moving to the insides of the biceps. And it can be kind of tricky to be clockwise direction for both. So if you just need to use one finger, that's totally fine. Moving to the sternum. Down the sternum. And then the next 3 points after you've worked on the sternum are down towards the base, right above your pelvic area. And then even lower by the pubis. So I can post this picture in our group, but it's a really, really helpful tool to use I really love to lay in bed and do it, and especially if I have a friend to do my back. And then, you know, this is another chart that I can post, but it shows you how your neurolymphatic points are really related to each organ in the body. So, you know, in these darker black spaces is really where you can use that lymphatic movement again. Sorry, let me grab my baby. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. Hope you had a little time to practice on yourself. These darker positions are areas where you can do that movement, like I was talking about, the flushing movement. And it really helps to just get that lymph stagnation moving in the body. So those are our lymph node points. And I don't know about you, but I can already feel the energy moving throughout my body. So it's powerful stuff. It's simple stuff. It's things that you can incorporate daily to really support yourself in your cleansing process, as well as just really support daily health. So yes, dry brushing. I'm really glad you brought that up, Vern, because those were the next things I was going to talk about is, you know, gentle exercise is a really good technique. Alternative treatments like acupuncture can actually be really helpful, because acupuncture can actually work with those meridian points as well. Taking hot and cold showers is also going to create that pulsating movement throughout the body. So if you get in and you get hot and then you flush with the cold, it creates that pulsing within the body. And then using a dry brush. So I have a dry bristle brush. You can get them at most health food stores. And basically the simple process of that is if you can do 10 minutes, that's ideal. But right before your shower, when your skin is dry, using that brush and moving in a circular motion, and ideally trying to flush it towards the kidneys and the bowels. And it can be kind of corrosive and intense at first, so you just want to work your way up to it. And again, it doesn't have to be a hard pressure, but just doing your whole body. That helps to open up the pores in your skin and also to stimulate the lymphatic system. Another great thing for the lymphatic system is just drinking really clean water. So if you have access to a spring, or you have access to water that's not super hard, hard water can just put more pressure on the lymphatic system and create more density. So trying to find clean sources of water, actually avoiding wearing tight clothes, because tight clothes can really suffocate our lymph nodes and cut off oxygen to that area. So trying to wear free flowing clothes is helpful. Obviously deep breathing, kind of like we kind of went through. And then, eating foods that really promote lymph flow. So everything that you guys are doing in your transformation, eating these high alkaline foods, eating hydrating foods, eating oxygenating foods, really astringent fruits are really amazing for the lymphatic system, and they help to scrub it. And then, the main foods you want to avoid, which is what we also try to do during our transformation, is the processed food, the conventionally raised meats, because of the heavy antibiotic dose, artificial sweeteners and flavors, as well as conventional dairy and sugar and table salt. Those types of things just are not as beneficial to the lymphatic system flow and movement. It really kind of is much more acidic and creates more congestion in the lymph system. And then, there's tons of botanicals that we can also take to support our lymph system. And personally, I really like to drink teas, especially during the winter. If you're just starting your transformation and it's getting colder and you're like, wow, I'm having a harder time eating, fresh raw foods because I'm feeling colder. Sorry, you guys, my little man loves to talk when I'm talking, is drinking some herbal teas throughout the day. So herbal teas specifically that are great for the lymph system are like your echinacea, astragalus, wild indigo root, cilantro, poke root, parsley root. And you obviously want to take these in small doses, but drinking that tea can really help. And also I encourage, if you're going to be doing lymph teas, to go to your local apothecary, if you have one, and incorporate some kidney herbs as well. So that there's kind of two processes to cleansing. It's like, number one, we want to release the cellular byproducts and they go into the lymphatic system. And then we want to stimulate the lymphatic system so it moves the toxins to the organs of elimination. And in that process, we really want to support the organs of elimination as well, so they don't get overloaded. So combining lymph teas with kidney teas is very, very supportive during the cleansing process as well. But that's pretty much just what I wanted to share with you guys today, in terms of offering you a little bit more of educational information to support you along your transformation. And then from here, we can move into question and answer. So please feel free to hop off mute if you have any questions regarding what I shared with you, or something different.
Well, this is Lisa, and I have a question. What do I do when I don't want to cook? And I know that making a salad or whatever is super easy, but a couple nights a week, I just don't even want to make a salad. It's like I just want to run out and get something, so I literally do not have to cook. What do I do in that situation?
Yeah, I'm actually very similar to that. So what I try to do is I try to eat a bigger lunch, right? A little bit more or bigger meal. And then for dinner, I often just have a shake in my aminos and some fruit. And I just kind of, maybe I do 5 tablespoons of the shake, whereas usually I only do like 3 or so. So that's my personal preference. And let me get this guy situated. One of the great things about doing that is it gives your digestive system a break at night, because your body really does most of its healing and releasing and detoxing during the night, because that's when your organs are more able to heal and rest, and you don't have all this outside stimulation. So actually eating a very light dinner can be a very positive thing for your body and just give your body a break from digesting and more ability to heal. Or smoothies, if the shake isn't enough for you, I often like to make a smoothie at night too and just kind of stick more liquid personally. Does that answer your question?
A little bit. Thank you.
And also you could, prepping is also an important part of this, is in the mornings, like if you're going to be making a fruit meal or whatever you're making for morning or lunch, just make extra so that you can put it in the fridge for yourself for the evening. And so if you make a salad for lunch, then you can have some extra. I also do a lot of that because maintaining this and keeping it more as a lifestyle, sometimes it's really helpful to prepare and just have things on hand so that when you don't feel like cooking, they're just available to you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hi, this is Barb. I have a question in regards to, say, for example, like the joint flex. And that says take 3 capsules in the morning and 3 capsules at night with